Hi, Paul Rosquita here with Bon Appetit, and today I'm with my daughter Elle.
Hi.
And we're going to be making a fun and easy snack that's pretty healthy and allergen friendly. It's going to be a recipe that Elle actually came up with, and she's been baking for about how long?
3 or 4 years for myself, but way before that.
Yeah, you started baking with Mom when you were like 2.
Yeah.
So it's a honey oat granola bar, and for those of you that saw my previous video, you know that I'm a beekeeper, and this recipe utilizes honey from my bees.
We've included the recipe in the description, but just for quick reference, here are the ingredients that you'll be using. 3 1/4 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats, 3/4 cups puffed rice cereal, like Rice Krispies, 2/3 cups of oat flour. Here we have whole old-fashioned rolled oats again, and we wanted to show you how to make the oat flour in case you don't have access to it or you just want to make it by yourself. 3 tablespoons of tightly packed brown sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 2/3 cups of honey, a 1/3 cup of coconut or canola oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We'll show you how to make the oat flour right now. For the oat flour, we're gonna take our rolled oats and blend them up in a food processor. We're using 1 cup of whole rolled oats, which will probably give us a little bit more when we need, so we'll just save that for the next recipe. And you wanna blend this until it is like a powder, like a flour. So I'm gonna do that now. I think I want to go a little bit finer than this. So I think this should be good for our oat flour. I've started by preheating my oven to 350 degrees, and now we can start mixing all the ingredients. So we're going to take our oats, our oat flour, our Rice Krispies, and our brown sugar with our baking soda and our salt. And we are going to use a whisk and mix these super well until they are all combined. You want to try and break up all the little brown sugar clumps and make sure everything is evenly distributed. So now that these are all mixed together, and we are going to start by adding our honey. So all of the times your honey can get stuck in your measuring cup, and so for that I always measure out my oil before my honey. So there's a little bit of oil left in the measuring cup, so when you measure out your honey, it doesn't stick as badly. So I'm going to do that now. I have my pre-oiled measuring cup. And then you still want to use a spatula just to get the rest of the honey out. Then we are going to add our oil and our vanilla. And you can start mixing this with a whisk, but it'll get pretty tough, so I like to switch to a spatula. And you're just going to mix this until it is all really well combined. It looks like everything is coated. And this can take a little bit. Now that all of our ingredients are mixed up, we are going to add them into a 9x13 baking dish that we have already lined with parchment paper. Now that all of our ingredients are in the baking dish, we're going to spread it around until it's pretty even. And now we are going to press all these ingredients down. For this, I like to use an extra layer of parchment paper and a smaller baking dish. And you're just going to press it down. You want it to be super even.
And the parchment paper just helps it from sticking from all the honey, right?
Yeah.
This is really important because this helps the granola bars hold together once they're done baking, and we'll actually press it one more time. But this first initial press gets them even and is super important.
And as you're pressing it down, you can take off the parchment paper just to make sure. And you'll notice some of the edges have kind of come up. You want to press those down as well. Now we are going to take our pressed granola bars and we are going to bake them in our 350 degree preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes.
So we've made these granola bars a lot, and some of the things that we've learned over the past is the oven will make a huge difference. So if you have a convection oven or a conventional oven, gas oven, electric, they all make a huge difference in the final outcome. So you're gonna wanna make this recipe a couple times just to figure out the right temperature and the right time. But typically, once it starts to get golden brown on top, it's ready to come out.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then once it comes out, we'll press it again, and then it needs to cool before you cut it. That's really important so that the honey can kind of solidify and glue everything together. So we've had them where they've been very crumbly and they fall apart. They still taste wonderful, but they're not really a granola bar. And we've had them where they've gotten a little overbaked and they're kind of hard. But I think overcooking them is better than undercooking them.
Yeah.
So we're starting with 20 minutes, and then we may let it go for another 5 minutes. But that's just like the biggest variable that we have come up with. And then also the second pressing, it's really important to get it pressed really well. Do you have any other tips you want to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So our granola bars have been baking for 20 minutes, and I think they look pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out and press them again. Golden brown on the top. I think it went a little bit over, but that's okay. So these are out, and we are going to press them again, just with the parchment paper and the baking dish from before. I want to be really careful because this is so hot. So just keep that in mind as you do this.
Yeah, it's important to press them when they're hot to kind of compact everything, but yeah, you want to be very, very careful because that dish is so hot. So if you're doing this with your kids, this is one of the things you're probably going to want to do, but Elle's done it a couple times.
And burnt myself a couple times. You want to make sure this is really compact, just like before. You want everything to be even. You want to make sure that.
Really getting into the corners.
Yeah, you want to make sure everything's pressed down. You want it as tightly packed as possible, just for the best result. Now you are going to want to let these cool for at least 15 minutes. I usually do about 20 minutes before cutting. And that is
a good
recipe.
Shot of the color. Okay. Yeah, those are beautiful.
You can cut them into. So the granola bars have been cooling for 30 minutes, and now we are going to cut into them and try them.
A moment of truth. They still are a little bit warm. They still kind of feel a little bit soft, but I think they are gonna hold together.
Yeah.
together well.
Okay.
Awesome. Very good. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, you can leave comments down below. Have a great day.
Bye.